I introduce this next topic. All right, this is the debate where I'm going to cook Cliff. This is the one, and that's why I put it on last. The Roman one was a facade. I knew I was going to lose that one.
Very
That's
bad with you.
fine. I won't lose this one though. All right, so let's talk WrestleMania legacy. All right, we always hear that Shawn Michaels gets the moniker of Mr. WrestleMania because of his great matches. But is that really the case? All right, is that just the case? WrestleMania isn't just about having classic matches; it's about winning, and winning on the biggest stage, drawing the most money, and you're talking about real impact. So we will decide who is really Mr. WrestleMania. Marty, start this one off, dog.
Okay, I'll give that was Sean's moniker, but how many matches were we really getting at? He's gone for a large period of time. I feel like there were other pay-per-views where he's, you know what I mean? Like where he could have did
Yep.
more. The blanket answer is to say that. Then you could also say Cena just because he was on top for 20 years. Sure, you could do that. But as far as impact, no. That just happened to be where he was in the company in itself. I mean, Triple H, you could say the same thing, but people will shit on that because, all his ties. To me, I can't think of anything else but other than The Undertaker. If we're keeping it honest, just like the streak alone, like when you think of Mania, you were excited about the main event and Undertaker defending the streak, even if we knew what it was going to be. It's that they what was it before he lost? We just literally every Mania they was doing a timeline
Yeah, they were.
recap every year. We just know next year it's just one more match. We still was locked in. What
Yep.
entrance were we going to get with it? Who was he going to be working with? And like the storytelling up until that point, like it would make or break people. Like there is no other way to say it other than who's Mr. WrestleMania. It's the Undertaker, especially after he lost. Like how bad it hurt afterwards. Just seeing the matches, like how that made you feel. Because then you think back to when I think WrestleMania, I think the streak, I think Undertaker. You don't even remember, most people don't even remember all of the opponents, but you remember the streak. You looked forward to that every year and you remember how it didn't hit the same because it still don't feel the same.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
it's been
at
like
30,
a
I
long
was at 30 and 31 and 32. And it's just the whole, like, you're still excited about it. It's like there's no streak, but it's like, what do these matches mean? It like kind of changed the definitions in a way. Like, okay, well, who's he feuding with? What's this going to mean? Is this, you have questions, and it's like that's where I was focused. And then when the main event would happen, it would always be my excitement for the main event was always based on how them Taker matches felt. And to me, it's like the streak, even outside of the streak, it's just like I think you can't. They're one and two sides of the same coin. It's Undertaker and streak. It's that one coin. I think WrestleMania, it's that you could pick a random WrestleMania card, like one of the older ones. You probably don't remember the whole card. You're gonna remember a couple matches. One of them will be a Taker match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the streak.
Yeah.
What other answer is there? I'd love to know.
even the bad one against Johnny Gonzalez.
Yep.
I don't remember what else was on that card.
But you remember that?
I
Yeah.
kind of do. Wasn't that when Hulk Hogan came back?
Yeah. That's this Hulk Hogan, Yoko,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and Bret Hart.
that bullshit.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that bullshit. But everything else in between, yeah, I have no fucking clue.
The
uh,
Steiner. I think that was the Steiner brothers versus
was it Demolition? I don't even.
um somebody. I think it was
Was it Demolition?
no.
Yeah,
I
remember.
don't know. I can't remember.
It was the Samoans. It was Alpha. It was something because I just played it
Samu
on
and Fatu.
on the Bloodline Showcase.
Samu and Fatu.
Yeah, there it is. Yep,
You're right. It was.
that
Jake with
one.
Solo's daddies.
Because that was in Vegas. Because that was the one at Caesars and the togas.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No,
remember.
but
I remember.
him colonizing WrestleMania 9. I mean, I'm just excited. You know how I feel about that one. You already know how I feel about that one.
Ah.
So you going with Undertaker?
Yeah.
All right, I got Undertaker on the board. All right, Damien, who's Mr. WrestleMania?
You know I'm going with Undertaker.
Okay.
like I'm being serious. Like really think about it. Like
Yeah.
21 WrestleManias. Who else? Who's like always like you consider that Undertaker match at one point like the second main event on a one night show, no matter
Facts.
where it was placed at on the card. It's like one of the biggest matches. So who's put in more work than Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think anybody can catch up to that, even if it's just with appearances, let alone like undefeated. So yeah, the Taker, hands down.
All right, go ahead,
um,
Cliff.
I kind of want to agree with the Undertaker. You guys all make a strong point for that.
Yeah.
You really do. You really make a strong point. But I'm not gonna go with that person.
Who you
Yeah,
got?
There's a person, okay, who's had 12 WrestleMania appearances, right? Now, granted, it's not 25-2. Let's be fair, okay? That the Undertaker streak will always be top notch. Then when you think of WrestleMania, 100%, I agree with you guys that it is. But there is a man who has a win against the Undertaker at WrestleMania. This man has main evented 9 WrestleManias,
Who
right?
you got?
I mean, regardless of how you feel about it, whether you want to say it was 7 or 8, 9, whatever, depending on the days, right? And this man currently has a record of 9-3, okay? And he featured last year in a tag match and in a solo match, right? It is Roman Reigns. This man not only main evented 5 manias in a row, right, and counting, right, but this man has literally he's a new well say it this way, it's gonna sound crazy. He's a new John Cena. They put the company on this man's back, and he's carried it. However you feel about it, he's carried it. It's been him. You know, they put him into positions to try to be successful. Obviously, Joe had to go away,
Mhm.
and come back in remission, and do his thing. Um, I think the tribal chief thing has been carrying on, and I think that currently, right now, when it comes to this man, there's a thing where you're main eventing for a reason, and I do understand that with Taker, when it was down to, hey man, he's wrestling one match out of the year, and it's a WrestleMania to defend the streak and all that. I 100% agree with all y'all. Uh, it's hard for me to sit back and say no, it's somebody else when Shawn was the man, but when I look at the win loss record for Shawn Michaels, it's not there. So I'm glad that he's had the best matches, and we can all agree to that. Like his matches have been fire when he was there. But I'm looking at Roman as the person who's carrying it currently for the WWE, and currently I would say he is Mr. WrestleMania. But to agree with you guys, if we were doing an all time thing, it's Taker hands down.
you changed my mind.
No, I mean,
I'm taking it.
I can't deny Roman. You're right.
He's
Like
right.
Mhm.
he would have been my second choice, but I have to go with Taker first. If you're saying current, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I knew you would say Roman, Cliff. I knew you would.
Then who you
I knew
got?
you would.
current. Yeah,
All right, Chaz A. Smith. Who do you got?
I'm going with somebody different.
Of
Of
course you
course
are.
you are.
All right. Now, both of these names that you all have mentioned, absolutely, you are strong names, strong cases for Mr. WrestleMania. But I'm gonna go with somebody who's got wins,
I feel like it must be.
who's got money, who he drew money, and matches that made an impact. Mr. WrestleMania is The Rock. And I'm gonna tell you why
Please
it's
explain
The
this.
Rock.
Yeah, please
Okay.
explain this.
Now, first off, The Rock, all right, The Rock is the only man, okay, to have pinfall victories at WrestleMania over the era's biggest stars, being Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin,
I was there.
John Cena. You're talking literally the biggest stars of the industry of the last 30, 40 years. And that man, The Rock, got pinfall victories over each one of them. A stat that no other person in the WWE has. Now, yes, Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania moniker is based off of how good the matches were, not off of win loss. Shawn is 6-11,
Yeah.
6-11 at WrestleMania, 6-11. He had Shawn Michaels did not beat John Cena. He didn't at WrestleMania. He lost. No one else in WWE history has beat the biggest icons in the biggest at the biggest stage. No one has. Point blank. Point number 2. The Rock's matches drew record-breaking money. Okay, so everyone wants to talk about the way you determine success in the business. They want to say how much money you draw. All right, any old head will tell you, well, how much money can you draw, brother? Well, let me break it down to you. WrestleMania 28, right? The first Cena match was the highest grossing WrestleMania of all time at that point in time. It generated $67 million in revenue, 1.3 million pay-per-view buys, one of the best-selling pay-per-views at the time. Let's move on to the year after that. WrestleMania 29, twice in a lifetime. It set another financial record, grossed over 72 million, breaking the previous record, and they packed over 80 million people at MetLife. The Rock still to this day constantly brings mainstream attention. Whenever The Rock is advertised for WWE, there is a bump in viewership. Point blank. You call The Rock, guess what? Auntie from down the street and Uncle JoJo's gonna probably check it out because they like The Rock's movies. Okay, and it was like, oh yeah, I remember Rock used to wrestle back in the day. And oh, he going back on the wrestling. I think I'll check it out. You've gotten the Lapsed fan just to see what The Rock does, despite what people believe on Rock's personal beliefs, Rock's movies, and how they are, how good they are, and whatnot. The Rock is money. People care about what The Rock does. So you put The Rock on WrestleMania, you're automatically getting a boost for WrestleMania just off The Rock's name alone.
Damn.
Like, and back to the point of Shawn Michaels. Look, all of Shawn's greatest matches were losses. All the great Shawn Michaels WrestleMania matches lost, right? The Undertaker matches, L's. Kurt Angle match, L. Cena, L. I think the Ric Flair match he won.
Iron Man
Who's
match.
it? No, Jericho. So WrestleMania is more than just the moments. It's about winning, and Shawn Michaels doesn't hold up. Like they're classics, absolutely, but they just you should need to have more than just classics. Your classics should include a win if you want to be the Mr. WrestleMania. And this is coming from the Shawn Michaels fanatic. And look, you guys gave good, strong points on like who comes close. If I wasn't saying The Rock, I could, yes, give you a Roman because he's consistently main event WrestleManias in that time span. Absolutely. I think Roman, when his career is said and done, because I think he's still got more main events in him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's done by any happenstance he's done yet. He's got at least another 5 years on his at least full time.
Mhm.
By that point, yes, you can. I'll give you. You can give me Roman Reigns as Mr. WrestleMania. John, nah, he's lost a lot of big matches. Roman, like I said, he's building his case. Undertaker, I will give you case in point, like you guys said, the streak. I was a streak guy. I was like one of the matches I was looking forward for WrestleMania was the streak. So yeah, but it's he's the only man. I think I'm looking at the fact that he's the only guy to pin literally the guy for that guy for the past 40 years, whatever era it was, he beat them. He main evented some of the biggest financial successes as far as WrestleMania is concerned, and he brings outside mainstream attention to WWE. You put The Rock, like last year, The Rock's involvement heavily brought mainstream outside people to watch this match because of The Rock. So look, Shawn's got great matches. It's just The Rock's got the biggest wins and the most money that makes him Mr. WrestleMania.
No.
Hey, Chaz, I need you to put the whatever you're smoking on down, step away, and go to rehab.
No,
Why?
absolutely.
Whoa!
Wait, hold on,
What?
hold on,
Working
hold on,
for
hold
you,
on.
brother.
I love the fact that you okay. I love the fact that you did your research and you
Yeah, he
said,
came prepared. I'll give him that.
yeah, 100%. Okay, so you mentioned then, now, and forever stars, right? That's what you were going with, right? Cena, Hogan, and Stone Cold. Okay, let me just put this out there, right? So Roman Reigns has beaten the Undertaker, past star, right?
Mhm.
What you want to call it? He is beaten, and you could pick who you ever want: Edge, Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
Triple H. No, we just talk about WrestleMania. We talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
just WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah. Triple H, right? Whatever you want to say. That current era. Cody Rhodes. That's the future of WWE. Can we agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Roman has already beaten the future, the present, and the past. Like, he has done that thing. Now you can go off the limb and you could be like, well, he generates money. The Rock does generate money. I'll give you that point. But my point being is that when you look at it, right, it is Roman. Roman is the dude. Everybody, you look. I mean, let's talk about it. He beat Edge and Daniel Bryan in the same night, stacked them, and that was a past and a the current GOAT that we were talking about. We talk about Daniel Bryan being the GOAT. Beat that man. Beat the brakes off that man. Remember what was he say? It was rack 'em, stack 'em, and walk
Send them
away or
packing.
something. Send them packing, bruh.
Yep.
He did that
Yeah.
move,
He said,
right?
"Rack 'em, stack 'em, send them packing,"
He beats
because they
he
both
beats
were in
Triple H.
AEW.
He beats Triple H. He beats the Undertaker. He beats Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Like, and we talking about Brock, who had beaten the streak.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the man that put the 1 and 21 and 1, and he gets beat by Roman. Remember, he was supposed to be the next guy. So here we are looking back at this man who's now carrying on the next generations of superstars, right?
Well, I'll argue this. Those names, I still don't think were ever the guys.
Rock left for a bunch of years after
I
getting beat
and
by
yeah,
Brock.
he left for a bunch of years and beat John Cena at
Brock,
WrestleMania.
but
And then
listen, Brock beat Rock. Brock
That
Lesnar.
was young Brock. That was young Brock.
Regardless, hey,
still beat him.
we had returning UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar coming in and getting beat by the big dog, not the tribal. Well, he got beat by the tribal chief too, but the big dog beat Brock, and then the tribal chief smashed the beast incarnate. You know what I mean? Like, that was the guy who not only broke the streak, destroyed the champion John Cena at his peak. Like,
Yeah.
beat
Yeah.
John Cena, destroyed him, and here comes Roman Reigns, smashed him. You know, I'm just
One of
saying.
Voldemort's favorites. So the fact that he even beat him means a lot.
Yeah, I'm just saying. While I will give you props, hey, welcome to the show, but nah, man, we're gonna go ahead and knock this one back out. And tell you that while you're throwing that fastball, we're gonna crush him out to center field. It's not happening.
Go to the
It
comments.
can't be Rock. It can't be Rock. I'm
Go
sorry.
to the comments.
Yeah.
Rock is a valuable
It's a valid
point.
point. It's a valid point.
Is a
No,
valid
they're all
point,
valid.
just like the rest of y'all's. Let's leave it at that.
But let's be real. YTC, your tribal chief.
The High Chief.
Here we go. What's up? It is your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, and thank you for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. Whether that was Chaz Friends, Red Dog Friends, Damien Friends, The Films Lounge, Now Into the Ring, Now Entering 201, or Now Returning to the Ring, all those good episodes, you should really be liking, commenting, and even sharing this with your friends, family, whoever it may be. But what you all should be doing is checking us out on all of our social media platforms at 3 Count Pod, whether that's on IG, Twitch, you check us out on Threads, whatever it may be. And if you go check us out on X, it is 3count_pod. Check us out on YouTube, as well as Facebook, on Rumble, on Apple Music, on Spotify, all those fun things. Tell your mom about us, your dad about us, your aunties, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, and your best friends and your enemies, because we love haters too. Do all that stuff, and then, last but not least, buy our merch on foryourwear.com or prowrestlingtees.com. Kawaii.